Alrighty. There we go. Let me try to do this. Alrighty, here's that. All right. Let's just see what this looks like. I'm getting it together, folks. Bear with me. Let me do this. I'm having a. Oh, there we go. That popped in. Okay. Let me. Yo, what's happening? What's happening? I should be. I don't know why it's not screen sharing. Hold on. Oh, that's why. Oh my goodness. Oh my. Let's see what it looks like now. All right. All right, here we go. All right, now what you're about to listen to for about 30 to 45 seconds. And shout out to everybody that's here this morning. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Sick Humor. I jumped onto his podcast. Andrew Wilkins, and I see Max's recent bit. No. I mean, look, I'll get into that a little bit. You do understand Max is doing clickbait. Shout out to OBJ to Don. Lincoln Clay, uncompetitive. Yeah, shout out to Sick Humor. Yeah, we had a good time on that. He got in his feelings though. He said he felt some kind of way because of what happened to the Incredible Hulk. It's like, well, he's up against a Titan, so it doesn't matter at this point. He's not as strong. All right, now let me play this video that I got from somebody sent this to me. And I'm just going to play it for about 35 seconds. This is going to be what the future of Microsoft is. That way there's no doubt. This is from Phil Spencer. This interview was done, I believe he did it over the weekend when he was down in Mexico City. It's in English. It's subtitled in Hispanic. I'm only going to play it for about 35 to 40 seconds, and then I'm going to take it off because I don't want to get flagged. So here we go. This is Phil Spencer talking about the future of Xbox.
Much as possible should be with them wherever they go. And you see games today like PUBG and Fortnite and Minecraft that people play on all devices, right? They're always connected to those games. So when I think about our future on console, it's really about people who love to play on television. They love sitting on a couch, controller in their hand, and they love playing on the television and that experience. And that's not always possible for everybody. Not everybody will love that experience. But I think the coexistence then is just giving gamers choice about where they want to play and us trying to bring the rich stories to all devices.
Okay, and with that in mind, can you tell me if you have a portable in mind for the future of Xbox?
For me, I think people have a portable device. It's called their phone, right? And I love like what Nintendo's done with the Switch. I think they've done a very nice job in finding a device that's not quite a phone. It's got a bigger screen, a little more purpose-built. But I'd really rather bring content to devices that people have in the cases where people are building great devices. The reason I love the consoles that we build is because I think we can build very special consoles. I see it today with like Xbox One X and how games run on the Xbox One X. I think it's a fantastic place to play. And when I look at our future plans, I'm very excited about what we're going to do in the console space. But when I think about mobile space, I think people have decided that they're going to have a mobile device. It comes from, it's either an Android device or it's an iOS device today. And that could change, you know, in the future. Other people could come in, but I'd rather try to meet people on the mobile devices that they already have.
Okay, so you're not interested like making some kind of device for the next generation of consoles, right? A portable device.
It's not a focus right now. I will say our teams are always incubating ideas, and sometimes those ideas leak out, and I get, you know, a lot of questions, which I don't mind. Like it's great that people see the creativity of our hardware teams and other things that we're trying. But I really think today, if you look, there are 2 billion people who play video games on the planet. And probably 1 billion of those are playing on a phone today. The thing I've always thought was a miss was that we have so much content that's locked to an individual. If I play on a console, on a television, I play these games. I play on a PC, I play those games. I play on a phone, I play those games. And some of that's great because some of those games are purpose-built for that scenario. But they're great stories and characters that should, like, I'm a game creator. I'm a game player. I think gaming brings people together, and I think the content that I just love and those stories, I'd love to see it come to every device.
Cool.
Okay.
Would you say that Game Pass or some other?
So I stopped it right there. If you all don't know what the future of Xbox is, you're out of your mind. They're going to put games on all devices. You heard Phil Spencer say it not once, but twice. He doesn't like the fact, and this is just kind of breaking news, he doesn't like the fact that content is locked on certain devices. You heard him say it. He wants to bring great stories to all platforms. All platforms. Mobile, which is, you know, mobile, which is iOS or, you know, your mobile phone, your tablet. He wants to bring it to that. He wants to bring it to an Xbox if that's what you have. He wants to bring it to a Nintendo Switch if that's what you have. And he wants to bring it to a PlayStation if that's what you have. Okay? Now, I don't think everything is going to go like that, but I think Game Pass is going to be offered on the Switch, and it's going to be offered on the PlayStation. And the reason why, I said this months ago, it's funny now Phil Spencer saying it, people are really having to deal with it. Shout out to Max Gaming. He also posted this whole video, so you all can go to his channel and watch the whole video. It's only about 7 minutes long. It is a recent interview with Phil Spencer. It looks like it was done at Xbox XO, or Hugs and Kisses. Shout out to Viera Tron for telling me that. And check out Viera Tron's channel. Check out her content. Everybody head on over there. I think she's close to 100 subs. So if you're not subbed to her, go ahead and sub to her channel. And because she's putting out different kind of content. And she talks gaming too. And so, yeah, she's just getting started. So everybody head on over there and give her a big shout out. And give her an XO. So give her an XO. But this is clear as day. So I put on Max's comment section, I'm like, okay, this is a clear case for they're going to be putting games on every device. In which one of those moist simps said, no, that's not what they said. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. They are going to put games on all, because that's what he wants to do. Okay, they're going to make another device, okay? They haven't even sold 40 million consoles of what they got now, and that's 3 Xboxes, okay? That is 3 Xboxes, not 1 Xbox. It's not like the Jolly Green Giant, the one that came in the green box in 2013. Not they have only sold 34 to 35 million Xboxes. Okay, so let's round it up to 36. Let's just say it's 36 million. It's closer to 34, and the reason I know that is because every company likes to stay anywhere from 1 to 2 million ahead. That way, they don't have a shortage. But let's move on. Let's move on. Damn, lost my train of thought. Hold on. They're not going to build a device and then go tell their developers you can only sell this. I mean, they're going to first say they're going to put it on PC. That gives them access to 200 million extra gamers. But in the console space, which is where the Xbox X lives and the Xbox console will live, they got to get that game out to way more people. They just have to. Sony is sitting with locked content, meaning that you can't play a Microsoft game. Well, I will be playing a Microsoft game in a couple of weeks called Hellblade. You can't play a first-party Microsoft game right now on your PlayStation. All due respect to Minecraft, but Minecraft is garbage. They got pandas. They got lions, pandas, and bears. Oh my, So with this said, with me saying this, I told you guys months ago, Microsoft's going to put games on. They got to put them everywhere. They have to offer it. Now, how I think it's going to go is that they will offer Game Pass on PlayStation. And people are like, well, that makes no sense because then people will buy that instead of buying PS Now. I think that's what it's called. Which I disagree. See, I think PS Now and PS Plus is just going to become one subscription with the PS5. Let me make that clear. With PS5, I just think they're going to say it's going to be one subscription, and it'll probably go up. So if you don't want to do that, you can do Game Pass. There's just no reason for Microsoft to keep adding studios and then not giving those studios the opportunity to survive within the console space because people aren't going to buy their Scarlet. They're just not going to buy their Scarlet because 34 million people only bought their Xbox. So if all 34, and you have to figure out of that 34 million, let's call it 36 million. Out of the 36 million, okay, they're only going to sell, here's what they got to base it on what happened between the Xbox 360 and the Xbox One, which they only sold 52 million Xbox 360s. So they used the red ring of death. I know people are going to say, well, the final number is this. I call bullshit because they used the red ring of death. And when they replaced consoles with the red ring of death, they counted it as a sale. That's how they avoided a class act. There was going to be a class action lawsuit against them. So they replaced them for free, but they cut a deal with the FCC and the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, so that they wouldn't lose money. They had to spend I don't know how much money they spent fixing the red ring of death. Somebody probably has the number in the chat. So hold on. So you heard him. You heard Phil Spencer. Forget about what I say. Forget about what Max Gaming says. Forget about what Randall Thor says. Shout out to all those guys. No disrespect. But Phil Spencer wants to put Xbox games on everybody's consoles. Okay? He doesn't like the fact that things are locked. Okay? You heard him yourself. You heard him say it. You physically heard him articulate the words, came out of his undugla mongata, okay? Went past his cerebrum. That's where thought is originated. Came out of his mouth, and this is what they're going to do. So the people have got to go ahead and get over it. As far as Xbox Scarlet versus PS5, they're going to do the same damn things. Okay, there will be some processes in the Scarlet that will be better, I'm sure. But overall, the overall arcing system, the PS5 will be the better system because it's going to do a little bit more better. But that's processes, okay? You have to decide what ecosystem you want to be in. And this is if you stay on the console space. If you think Obsidian and Playground Games and 343 and Ninja Theory, if you think those studios are going to deliver big titles, bravo. I'm not here to say not to get one. If you want to roll with the Sucker Punches, the Naughty Dogs, the the Guerrilla Games, the Super Massives. If you want to roll with those cats, then you know what you're gonna get. All right, so who do you want to roll with, or do you want to roll with none? You may be done with it. A friend of mine that his wife of 3 years is now pregnant. Congratulations to them. They're expecting in July of next year. But at the end of the day, he's going to sell his Xbox. He told me. And this is a guy that's been playing since 2006 on the OG Xbox, or 2007, something like that. So life happens. Things change. So playing video games is no longer what he's going to be doing. Now, does this mean he won't jump back and get into it again? Maybe. But at the end of the day, he's not going to I'm not going to be here long, Fatal. I want to play Hitman on my Xbox. It's downloaded. It's ready to go. So, and I got to download Yakuza Kiwami, and my girl's supposed to come over here in about another hour. So this is a short one. That's why it's a PORCHLyTe. And then I want to give a soliloquy to Stan Lee. I heard Ryan the Professionals. It was really good. Shout out to Ryan. Shout out to Emergency Awesome Charlie. Wonderful job. Of course, I don't know how to mix edit video. People keep saying I can do it on the PlayStation thing. If somebody wants to give me a tutorial, I'll give you my number. You all can help me, walk me through it. I'm more than happy to try to do it. Just call me Friday afternoon. So it's is this Mass Effect in 4K? No. You want that in 4K, you got to get a PC. So, but what's up, Ice Queen? No. You're fine, Fatal. You're fine. It's not that big a deal. So, yeah, I just had stuff to do here. Like I said, I had to go get my truck looked at this morning, and that's a hot mess. I don't even want to talk about that. So, kind of had to jerry-rig that together. Shout out to the mechanic to do that. And so that's jerry-rigged together. Now I get to save up for a repair. So all that fun stuff. So, but there's not going to be a whole lot more that this next generation is. You're not going to see. There's not going to be much difference. There's going to be very little to no difference in the multi-plat game. Like right now, there's not a whole lot of difference. But that gap is going to close next gen tremendously. The games are going to look the same. So, I drive an SUV, so that's a truck. So, but yeah, I got a busted tailpipe and it sucks. So that's all I can say. I have to get the entire assembly piece. Not a happy guy. So I had to go up. So my pipe is hanging down. They had to go. The guy went underneath the truck and he jerry-rigged some stuff. He cowboyed that shit. So it's not that it's fixed. It's drivable right now. So it is not hanging down. So I won't get pulled over by the cops and get killed, because they'll just pull me over, probably shoot me. So that's what they do in the black men here in the States, for all you all who don't know around the world. So you got to keep your head on a swivel, boy. I'm telling you. But Craig don't have enough subs yet to get a super chat. No, but I've got a PayPal account. Somebody wants to make a donation. Like I said, I'm closing in on my Infinity Stone. So that's it right here. Let me put this on in here. Anybody want to put 5 on it? You like the podcast? That's fine. If you want to donate some air pudding, that's what my girl says. Like, what's for dinner tonight? She'll say air pudding. I'm like, oh, great. So, so might do some gas typing. I don't know what those are. You only PayPal friends. So are you saying we're not friends, Grudy of Legends? Is that it? So we're not friends? So, yeah, I mean, so I'm not saying this to pat myself on the back and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I mean, Fatal, you're right, but you had a group. You're right, Fatal, about as far as Phil already talking about putting stuff on other devices. The issue was not. It's like people didn't believe it. It's like people didn't believe him. So now this is his second short interview he's done where he has said this in the last 8 weeks. So this is their plan going forward. So, at the end of the day, it's when the action on Ryzen CPU gonna go and commence. Well, with a busted tailpipe, it's not going to commence anytime soon. Actually, I should be able to get everything, even if I just had to start with four gigs. Is that what it's called? Because people keep saying get 16 gigs, and then I'm like, well, I'll get 8 gigs. So, but if I have to drop it to 4 gigs just so I can turn it on and so I can start building it, then that's it. The only thing I'm gonna go get professionally installed is the motherboard and the CPU. The rest of it I'm gonna put together myself, piece by piece. So piece by piece. We don't interact past YouTube. Oh, okay. Well, very well. Then we're not friends. So, What's going on, Chili Hog? So, don't be PayPal with friends. Oh my goodness. Well, this is a church. Everybody at the church here is friendly. So, so you can buy some luxury winter tires. Yeah, I'm good on that. But so this is Xbox Fit again. That was kind of breaking news. So, but let me give some advice and let me try to tell you all something. Let me tell you all why there's people within the Xbox community that are wanting to report people and stuff like that. And it's not just those two douchebags that did that. Those two idiots. I'm not, the person that's supposed to be behind Best Buy, and then his girlfriend, boyfriend. It's not just those two cats. The people in the Xbox community are literally being told by Microsoft, by media, and by the PlayStation community that they're not relevant anymore. And they're starting to believe it. So a hit dog yells, okay? They now believe it, all right? So this is why I tweeted out this morning about 2 hours ago. Everybody just needs to go ahead and play their games because you can look at the Game of the Year nominees. The Game of the Year nominees and what's good and what's better and all this stuff is subjective, okay? Your Game of the Year is your Game of the Year. Okay, my game of the year, the best game I played this year is Detroit Become Human. That's the best game I played. I don't even think it's nominated. But I'm not going to sit back and be like, oh, this is a ripoff. This is terrible. The best sounding game I played was God of War. That's the best sounding game I played. Okay, one of the funnest games, and it probably would have gotten my vote for Game of the Year is Spider-Man, but the game has still got outstanding DLC. So I can't support a game that's not finished yet. I don't have all the working parts yet. What if the next DLC comes out and it's garbage and I don't like it? So I can't support it for Game of the Year. But if it's your Game of the Year, I understand that. I love the first DLC. I love the Black Cat DLC. First of all, Peter Parker goes raw. That's and we got a Stan Lee cameo in this Spider-Man video game. There's a Stan Lee cameo. Shout out to Stan Lee. Rip Stan Lee. Like I said, some of the best characters ever created. Stan Lee. Some of the best writing. Stan Lee. If you haven't read any Stan Lee comic books, pick one up today. Okay, they're harder to find now in paperback. Everything's digital. But if you can read some of these characters are just so much fun, from Scarlet Witch to Magneto to, Reed Richards and the Fantastic Four family, Spider-Man, just great characters, Black Panther, all that, just this. just read some of those comic books. The movies are fine too. I understand the movies are fine too, but just do yourselves a favor. And so rip Stan Lee. I mean, that was tough. You know, I was like getting hit in the face when I was at work on Monday. I actually sat down for like 2 minutes just to pay my respect. So, but let me get back to the gaming. There's a lot of good people online that are saying, and I'm wondering what his funeral, I think I think it's today or tomorrow, but it's tough. That's tough. So, but anyway, back to what your game of the year is. It's okay to have a different game of the year. It's okay to say I think that XYZ should have been nominated. I thought I picked based on the way I think they're gonna pick these games. That's why I picked Monster Hunter, because Monster Hunter is being played by a bunch of people in Japan, a bunch of people in Europe, and a bunch of people in the States. So that will probably be the game of the year because that's the most accessible game. Everybody's like, oh yeah, well, I play Monster Hunter. You know, so, and people may not have liked it, and that's fine. But that's subjective. What is good is subjective. The nominations, the fact that Sony has 50% of the game of the year nominees is total domination. Total domination. If you look at these games in these categories, if you take out the esports stuff, because that's all multiplayer, but let's take out the esports stuff. All right. Sony is about 70% of this Game Awards. And that's not just here. That's at Golden Joystick. Sony won top publisher for independent games. Their big award show they just had last week or 2 weeks ago. I'm sorry. This is total domination. Okay? Total domination. And if you are an Xbox person, you see this. I mean, you can deny everything up to the point where you clearly see the only game nominated is friggin' Sea of Thieves, which very well may win, and then Forza, which I don't think Forza is going to win because I think NBA 2K is going to win. That's why. I mean, I'm not downing Forza. I just think they're going to go with NBA 2K. I mean, they put LeBron James on the cover, for Christ's sake. So, But when you have a group of people being told by Xbox P3, oh, we're going to put games everywhere. When you've had Xbox P3 tell your community that we're going to put games on PC and they get to play that shit for free. And then the announcement by, was it Satya Nadella, whatever his name is. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing it. We're going to put Game Pass on PC. Oh, Phil Spencer comes out. He don't say jack shit about Xbox. And he says, we're going to fix the Windows Store. So they're now feeling some kind of way. They feel the pressure. And then you got cats, and shout out to, and let me disclose, I was a panel member on 60 Frames No Lag. So when Porter Rock, shout out to Porter Rock 77, when he's in these back and forth with these cats, they are really starting to take that shit personal because the way they're consuming, even though it's not personal, and even though these cats are retarded. I mean, they're retarded. Like I said, the Xbox was a house with dirty carpet and dirty floors and dirty ass walls, and then these idiots came in there and they just took a dump all over the place. It's like the house was shitty and these fanboys came and just made it shittier. Okay, so they just went. They're going full retard. I mean, full retard. Talking about Sony didn't hardly make no money off Spider-Man. They used the Havoc engine, and since Havoc is owned by Microsoft, Microsoft probably held that hostage and made a whole lot of money. What's up, Jamal? What's up, Jemiah Dixon? Sony, they're just saying this because they gotta make themselves feel better. Look, these cats are going full simp mode, trying to justify buying the Xbox One X, which is going to be on sale in another 2 weeks if you want to go buy one for $399.99. So much for the power selling it. The power can't even sell that console. I'm going to say that again. The Xbox X should not be on sale because the power should sell the console. But nobody's buying the friggin' console. They've given that shit away at Taco effing Bell, for Christ's sakes. You can go to Taco Bell, put $5 on it, and then go ahead and get into a contest to win one. It is pathetic. And yes, I know this is the second time they've given one away. I know. I'm not here to say that's not true. But it's pathetic. It's unbelievable. So when they see people, when they see the Game of the Year nominees, okay, when they see the top studios and they don't see no Xbox studios, they are starting to go crazy. They're starting to go crazy. All right. So, and that's what you're seeing online. So again, a hit dog is going to yell, it's going to whelp, they're lashing out. So if you come into contact with them, don't say anything to them. Do not react with them. You go ahead and you block them. You just go ahead and block them because they're not interested in having a conversation. Okay, I just played the fact that Phil Spencer said that they're going to be putting media on all platforms. Windows, their own Xbox, perfectly fine. They're going to be putting it everywhere. They want to make this an argumentative point. They can't argue this. This is going to happen. It's already happening with Hellblade. It's already happening. That is a first-party studio. Microsoft purchased it, and people are like, well, you don't understand, Craig. I mean, they probably already had this in place. Yes, Microsoft could have killed this deal. They could have said, you know what? Sony's a competitor. We don't want this being in a physical form on their platform. It's already digital, so if they already have it digital, fine. It's their digital media. But you're going to not make physical copies for them because you're our studio. But what did Microsoft do? They let it come out anyway. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yes, I'm not going to tell people what to buy. I would not buy an Xbox. I just build a PC. You see, when these simps say, well, you can go ahead in the Xbox One X and it does 4K and you need a $2,000 PC. One, they're not telling the truth. I know that. I can personally vouch for that. They're also not telling you you need a decent 4K TV. See, these simps like to walk around and they forget about the price of the TV. So once you add the Xbox X, then you have to add a bare minimum and a $650 to $750 4K TV. Not unless you like me and you know the deals. You know what to look for. You wait for that TV to come down. I'm like that alligator in the friggin' water in the Serengeti. You know, when the wildebeest come up to the water, the alligator don't have to leave the water because he knows that the wildebeest got to come drink. So I already know these TVs are going to go on sale. I just need to be in the position to buy it when it hits the sale. Like I did with my the TV I got, the MU that I got. So it's just you all got to be in that position. But what they're not, see, so they're leaving a huge fragment out. So once a 4K monitor, but let's just throw that out. Let's just say you have a $650 TV. Can you build a PC that does 4K 60 all the time? See, there's a difference. So because most of the games on the Xbox are not 60 frames per second at 4K. We're just going to leave it at 30 FPS. The answer to that is yeah, you're going to be right about $800. The difference is the X is about $250 cheaper, but the PC, you don't have to upgrade it anymore. Once it's already doing 4K 30, I mean, not unless you want to whip it out and just go ahead and get a new card. But if you get the Ryzen CPU, and then you get a AMD, I don't know, Vega, whatever, 5, 6, or 64, you're fine. You're fine. Okay. And then just trust me, because I've seen the prices. And when I'm looking at the competing things and how this chip performs, how this GPU performs, this does this does that, they all perform roughly around the same. Some are more consistent. So that's the trade, but that's their last thing. My point to you is that they're trying to justify what they bought. They're not grown up enough to understand them walking into the store is justification. Them clicking a button if they're getting it delivered is justification. That's not enough because they're a bunch of damn clowns. And it's been on everybody because everybody's been engaging them, thinking, well, they're here to try to maybe. I understand the back and forth. Trust me, I understand that. But that's not why they're here. Now that they know, not that they're losing, but they have lost. Now that they know they have lost, they're lashing out. So, I mean, again, it's bullshit. Okay? You're starting to see the racism come out. They hate the fact. Again, I maintain this. If the Sony console wasn't by Sony, and it was by some, I don't know, American company, Procter & Gamble made the PlayStation. Let's say Procter & Gamble out of Cincinnati, Ohio, made the PlayStation. They wouldn't care as much. They wouldn't, but the fact is not a bunch of white folks that created this console and they are benefiting from it, and it's beating the bricks. It's beating the bricks, the brakes, whatever you want to call it, off of them, off of that American console. They can't stand it. They are going crazy. They're going effing crazy. And that's part of the problem. And you all should be able to see the pattern by now. They flagged J-Dub's channel. They harassing a black kid with autism. The fact that he has autism isn't the issue. The fact it's a black kid. They are having issues. So it is what it is. And people just need to stop engaging them. Stop engaging their friends. That's another problem people have. Millennials, I've noticed this. Millennials just seem to think they want to be treated as an individual. If their friend stole $50,000, they're going to say, "Don't blame me. My friend did it." Bitch, you were there. You know that person. You hang out with that person. You party with that person. You go to the McDonald's with that person. Then you want to say, "Oh, well, hey, that ain't got nothing to do with me." Get the fuck out of here. You are part of the problem. And this is man and woman. Okay? This is why anybody that has anything to do with that other podcast, I'm not going to name it, got blocked. Got blocked. I don't treat them like they're individuals. I treat them like they're one big cesspool. And if they don't have the balls or the boobs to stand up and say, "Look, what those two clowns did was complete bullshit," then I don't want to be around them. So, and that's just the way that's the way I roll. But I'm Gen X. I am Gen X. My generation burnt down Los Angeles. What the hell are you all doing? I mean, all these kids got ADHD. They're putting guns to their mouths because their parents didn't hug them enough. You got trophies for participating, and it's just one big simp, all in the Xbox. It's a bunch of simps rolling around, getting moist. They don't put powder on. It don't dry up. They're just a bunch of simpletons. Unbelievable. That is true, Jemiah. If somebody spends $1,400 on a 4K TV, bravo. I mean, they got the money. But see, what they could have done is they could have spent about $700, and then they could have donated to the Messiah. So I have a family car. My SUV should tell the ladies. The SUV tells the ladies that I'm ready to start a family. So I just have to start assembly of my gauntlet. So yeah, pretty much I'm done. I'm gonna just probably, though, unfortunately, I'm going to, instead of me starting with 16 something gigabyte or 8 gigabyte, I'll probably just have to start with 4 gigabytes so I can turn the damn thing on. You never understood why they burnt down Watts and not Beverly Hills. Watts? Yeah, I don't disagree with that. The United States is really good at walling off things. The Los Angeles riots, though, that did get into Beverly Hills. That's when the National Guard got called. It's when as soon as it got out into Beverly Hills, they're like, all right, well, this shit's got to stop. So, Gen Xers are anywhere from 39, I'll say, to 52. Their generation, my generation, brought the internet. I still remember when the internet first started. I still remember there were 50 websites when the internet first started. 50. So there was no ESPN. So this like I said, there's a lot of people that have grown up with it, and it's information at their fingertips. And for a group of people to have information at their fingertips, they sit online and they hee-haw like a bunch of jackasses. So, yeah, my SUV is my time to settle down and have a baby. A KS 8000 didn't cost you $1,400. Yeah, you know what though? They don't make those anymore, or you can't find them. Like I said, they got this NU series, and then they have the Q. And the NU series don't even have HDR. It's got fake HDR, ladies and gentlemen. Do not buy that TV. So do not buy that TV. No, I'm not a baby boomer. The baby boomers are in their 70s. So, yeah, the baby boomers in their 70s. That's the greatest generation. They're the greatest generation. They're called baby boomers because when people came back from World War II, everybody started having sex and having kids. And there was a boom. There was a baby spike. So you were born in the 60s. Yeah, and you're right ahead of Gen X. Gen X, all right, here's the way I can put it. If you saw Star Wars, the original Star Wars, if you saw Star Wars Empire and Return of the Jedi in the theaters between 1977 and 1984, you're Gen X. If you were a kid then, if you were a kid, all right? So that's the best way to do it. If you were in the 70s, you're probably Gen X. The millennials are retarded. I mean, they're retarded. I mean, but I did listen to something called a Kendrick Lamar, and he's got a song called ADHD. And there's a lot of, if you pull those lyrics up, it tells you what's wrong with this generation. It tells you what's wrong. I mean, he was right. There was a huge crack cocaine epidemic in the mid to late 80s. Crack cocaine came out of nowhere. We now know where it comes from. You have the most deadly export out of Afghanistan is opium. Do you think all of a sudden the United States invaded Afghanistan and now a decade later there's an opioid crisis in the United States? If you don't see the correlation, okay, there's a problem. I mean, the opioid ain't getting grown in people's backyards here in these poor states. I don't know if you've been to the Appalachians, but there ain't nobody up there trying to start the next Facebook company. So, yeah, millennials are 24 and up, or maybe I want to say they may even be 26. My point is they're retarded is what the problem is. So, given everything, went to sporting events, played baseball, soccer, whatever, and just because they showed up like they're supposed to, they got trophies, which led them to believing that all they had to do was show up, not try to do anything. So you translate that to these moist ass baby simps online They're getting their asses handed to them, and now they're complaining about it because they've been spoiled their whole lives. Their whole life they got told to just show up. Show up, and then yes, Sony does not, the people in the Sony ecosystem do not consume the media the same way that the Xbox community consumes the media. You have one that is dominating the other. I'm talking, okay? Total domination. Look at the Game Award nominees. If you say, well, the Game Award nominees are bullshit, look at all these categories. Look at all the categories. Sony is dominant in every single category. They got 2 or more games in every category, it looked like. So when you have this kind of issue, when you have this kind of problem, you then have media like you all have observed very astutely. The media seems like they want Sony to make games for everybody, okay? It was the Xbox community that threatened Insomniac, okay? It was them, okay? You will rule the day that you didn't put this game on the most powerful console. When they did, actually. Again, remember what I tweeted. What console allows you to play all these Game of the Year nominees? All of them. I don't know about Celeste, so let me take a pause right there. So 5 out of the 6 games, that's what, like 83%? Let's do some math here. Let's where the hell my calculator go? Gosh, girl moves everything. Oh, here it is. She actually put it where it belongs. So let's see. 6 divided by 5. Blah blah blah. Carry that. All right. So 83 to 86 to 87% of the Game of the Year nominees. The Game of the Year nominees can be played on PlayStation. If I want to, and if you want to, if you have a PlayStation, you can get Monster Hunter, or you can get that on Xbox and PC. You're correct. You can go ahead and what is Game of the Year nominee? It's Monster Hunter, Assassin's Creed, I think was Game of the Year, up for Game of the Year. Again, great game. Ain't knocking Assassin's Creed, okay? The game that got the gas face, the character that got screwed was Lara Croft. Lara Croft got screwed, okay? And I'm not saying that to be funny. She got screwed. That's a good game, and it was supposed to be Game of the Year, and they Simpson go by. So Red Dead Redemption is up for Game of the Year, right? Right. So Celeste is on PS4. All right. So every Game of the Year nominee on this award show is on the PlayStation. All of them. All of them. I'm going to say it again. All of them. It's not like that on the Xbox. They can't play. They can't play God of War on an Xbox. Sorry, you can't. I can't play Spider-Man on the Xbox. I can't. So these are games that they don't get to play. Yet they think they got the most powerful console. I'm sorry, yes, based on the specs you do. But I saw games on PS2 Pro or PS4 Pro in development, like The Last of Us, that look better. And they had 2 girls kissing each other, for Christ's sake. 2 women kissing each other. And if you look close enough, you might see a little nip too. I'm telling you right there, I think there's a little nip there. And they were tongue kissing each other. And what are they doing on Xbox? Trying to figure out what kind of cares to put on their damn car, 4 is a 3. Talking about like Widowmaker saying the game's not downgraded. Oh, really, Widowmaker? Really? Then why is it not 4K 30 all the way around and they had to do a 1080p 60 mode? It's because they compromised, for Christ's sake. Oh, we can't do 4K 60 on this game, therefore we're going to do 1080p 60, which I don't got no problem with. Okay, it's a racing game. Drive it at 60 frames per second. So you're not spending that on a 4K. Again, I don't blame you. So what else is up there? Okay, PUBG on PlayStation. Who's buying it? I'm buying it. I'm buying PUBG. So who wants to go ahead and give me the smoke? on PUBG. I'm pretty good at those games, though. I remember I grew up playing those type of shooters. So I just don't want to go ahead and call in the B2. Oh, how you doing, Ice Queen Gaming? Everybody stop talking all of a sudden? I'm not 65 years old. So, oh, did you all stop talking all of a sudden? Oh, didn't buy it on PC. No way you're buying on PS4. Okay, not buying it on PS4. No to PUBG. Are you kidding me? The Xbox exclusive? You're not buying it? Yeah. What's going on there, Mr. Halogen Gaming? So now, Don, do you take your coffee black, or do you like put milk, cream, or sugar in it? I'm not a coffee guy. I'm a hot chocolate guy. PUBG is garbage. Never graced your console. Damn. Wouldn't buy PUBG with my. You got the PUBG. Let's see. Yeah, we got to get home and play some PUBG uncompetitive. You wish people called it Battleground? Oh, you can start calling it that. Yeah, I can play some PUBG with uncompetitive. What are you all doing? So you like milking your coffee and you will get PUBG. Yeah, Don's on board with PUBG, baby. So that's 3 PUBGs. Yeah, I mean, I'm getting Hellblade first. I know that. Yeah, hit that like button, people. Oh, shout out to you guys. We're up to 499 views on that last podcast. So shout out to you guys for that. So that's one of the most viewed podcasts I've ever done. So thank you guys. I do appreciate it. I thought PUBG was supposed to run 60 frames per second. Is it only running 20 or 30? Fatal's a 4 sugar, 4 cream, man. Okay. Yeah, see, I do hot chocolate, so I've never done this coffee. I love the smell of coffee beans, though. I love it. I can't believe nobody's buying PUBG. Players Unknown Camping Ground. I'm going to buy it. Well, I have it on Xbox now, so if anybody, again, I have the Xbox. I mean, shout out to Dawn. She sold her Xbox after that XO event. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah. Grudy Legends talking about getting the show. Hey, shout out to you, Grudy, for buying that Titanfall Princess, that game. That was big on you, man. Shout out to you for doing that. So that's what I'm saying, man. We got really good people in the community. We just need to give them shout outs way more than we talk about those douchebags. Because we got good people. And we got people doing stuff for people. There were people in the Xbox community that came together and hooked up Jay Fonz with that Xbox X that he's got. J-Dub City helped hook me up with mine. So we got good people in the community. We just need to, when those people come under attack, especially for bullshit, we need to rally together and say, nah, we're not going to tolerate it. So we're just not going to tolerate it. So now well, all right, Andre, what exactly did Matt's Gaming say was going to be better on the Scarlet than on the PlayStation 5? I mean, at this point, it shouldn't be relevant. Brazilian coffee with strawberry cheese. Ugh. I've never had that. That actually does sound pretty good. So I was in gaming, does black coffee. Okay. I didn't sell it. I gave it to her and she brought it back. No joke. No joke. She brought it back because her son wanted to play Spider-Man. So I asked her, I said, well, I'll just come back and get it after the holiday. You know, I was going to play it due for November, you know. And she brought it back like, I don't know, about 6 or 7 days later. So true story. So I hooked it back up and I bought Game Pass. You don't drink milk or soy? Okay. Damn. How do you get your calcium in? You take calcium pills? You probably don't. You may have low calcium if you don't drink milk. So that's none of my business, though. But nah, she brought it back. She brought it back. Keep seriously. But there's so many games. So here's what I got. I got the Mass Effect games on the Xbox, which you know the backwards compatible ones. I've got and that's it. Everything else is on Game Pass. Eat a lot of cheese. That can cause constipation, but all right. So, well, he wanted the new one, Uncle Bumpy. Again, look. I don't know what to say. So she brought it back. I didn't say go sell it or nothing like that because she could have done that. But she said she's just gonna. She actually saw the ad, the Black Friday ad with the 1 terabyte Spider-Man console. So she's gonna try to get him that. Hold on, let me take this. Oh. Oh. Oh, well, actually, no, I said that doesn't tell. I said that doesn't tell. So, I'll be here. What's the issue about this? No, I can't really do it. Yeah, if you want to see about hold on. All right, let me take that. All right, there we go. All right. So Phil, no, it's not calling me. So, all right. So what exactly did he say? So let's see here. Oh, speculating the Scarlet have a slightly better CPU. Okay. Well, I mean, again, as long as as long as the first party developers are happy with it, that's what they're going to go with. It's not a race in the power market at all. You know, AMD is helping both consoles. There's speculation that Sony is going to show their console at DevCon. That's pure speculation. There's speculation that Sony is helping AMD develop Navi. It's pure speculation. I mean, if somebody has an article that they want to send me about Sony helping develop Navi with AMD, fine. But and there's nothing. I have stock in AMD. I've never seen anything about Sony. I've got stock in Sony and AMD. Nothing about this. Nothing at all. So I mean, so I'm not. So if somebody has something, fine, send it to me. But I can't, you know, and I've requested that stuff from those companies. And you know, they're just like, no, you don't get anything back from them. So just it is what it is. Oh, she's one of the 3. Cool. Did I preload Crackdown 3? No, have not. I've never seen what the big deal about that game is. I was never interested in playing it. I guess it was just a big deal because people were using it in the console war, Fatal. So, damn, OBJ to Don. Forbes sites. Okay. Let's see here. Sources: AMD created Navi for PS. That's not from Sony. This is a rumor. This is somebody reporting a rumor. That's not gonna cut it. That dog don't hunt. Yeah, that dog does not hunt. So it's just a rumor. Yeah. That's what I mean. Somebody has something concrete, like from AMD. If AMD comes out with a statement and says Sony gave money to help us develop this console, you know, or this tech for their new console, fair enough. I'll be like, yeah, here's concrete evidence. So, but we try to stay away from speculation. I mean, it's all right, fine. It's speculating that they went ahead and did it. So, but let's wait for them to come out and confirm it. That's all I'm saying. Let's wait for them to come out and confirm. And people don't need to be going ham. If you're look, the type of video that old dude is running though, it's clickbait. He's running a clickbaity video, and he wants Xbox to stay relevant. Can you imagine next generation if Sony did help them develop Navi, and Navi is more powerful than the whatever GPU they put into the Xbox? I mean, people are going to be going crazy. I mean, they are going to be going crazy. You know, so I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's his inside source is D-Batch. Oh, well, if D-Batch said it, then it's true. I take that back. If D-Batch said it, then it is true. Because I'm going to get Assassin's Creed Origins and play that in 1080p 60. So, yeah, shout out to Foxy Games. Foxy Games getting really, really good stuff. You know, he's getting real good stuff. So if you want some good PS5 stuff, he the man. And I've said that before. Will they use rapid pack math with PS5? Possibly. So they may use Radeon Rays too. They'll confirm something sooner or later. Look, you got Ghost of Tsushima coming out. You got Days Gone coming out. You got the Kojima game coming out. Death Stranding. Is it Death Stranding or Death Standing? Death whatever's coming out. You got The Last of Us 2 coming out. You got your release date of MLB The Show coming out. So, I mean, you've got some you got some bangers coming. You got some bangers coming. You still got, like I said, the DLC for Spider-Man coming out. Be excited for that stuff. So, be excited for that. So, well, Andrew, to Max's credit, he did have Foxy Games come on there with him and break that down. Now, I knew that was a fake as soon as I saw it, because that's not what I've been told. I'm like, well, that's not true. You know, so that's all I can tell people. They already have they've got some versions of that thing built. They haven't went to fabrication yet because they're still deciding on it. But they are making it. I can tell you that much. They are going to make another console. So AMD said it. AMD said we're working with Microsoft and Sony on their next console. So they confirmed it. So, and we can't even get that out of them. So you did a live stream that added up to 4 days. God. So D-Batch got by Zaire recently. It's hilarious. They're talking about constipation, Lionel. I wouldn't worry about what they're talking about at this point. They need some friggin' Pepto-Bismol. You've been constipated years. So yeah. Well, I mean, again, people are going to report on speculation, and so I mean, at this point, do you really think Microsoft is worried about power anymore? They built the world's most powerful console, and they friggin' got to knock $100 off of it 12 months later. You know, so it is what it is. So they were rent to owning that thing. So it's, you know, people, let's use your brain. Let's use our big brain. So, but guys, I'm gonna jump on off here. Like I said, that phone call was I'm gonna have a guest over here in about another hour, so I gotta clean the place up. But I'm gonna jump on off here. Like I said, big shout out to everybody that came this morning. Shout out to you guys. Very nice of you. Yeah, rip Stan Lee. That was tough. I ain't gonna lie, that was tough. My take on Xbox XO was that it was straight garbage, but it did confirm a lot of stuff for us. It did confirm a lot of stuff. So that's good too. That is good as well. PUBG PS4, what can you say? It's the biggest shooting game in history. It is what it is. So Game of the Year, the nominees were all strong. I voted for Monster Hunter. I did it because I think that's the most popular game, and I think that's what's going to win. But my whole point at this stage is just to say, look, every game that's up for Game of the Year is available on PS4. Therefore, it's the superior console. Yeah, if you think God of War is the best game, fine. Like I said, mine is Detroit Become Human. I don't even think it was nominated. So there's a chance. People did make a good point. Spider-Man may win it because of the death of Stan Lee. I disagree with that, but I mean, it's all subjective. So if you watch the show to look for new gameplay of new games. Hopefully we see Anthem. This is what I'm going to predict they're going to show, okay? Hopefully we see some Anthem gameplay. Hopefully we see some, so that'll be BioWare EA. Hopefully we see Death Stranding gameplay from Kojima. Hopefully we see some Wolfenstein gameplay from Bethesda, okay? Hopefully we get, let's see, Nintendo gives us a Donkey Kong game, for crying out loud. So and it's just about to me, it's about the games themselves, and it's a celebration of the developers and stuff like that. But go out there, if somebody gets Fallout 76, let me know. I will join you if you get Fallout 76. So, all right, guys, I'm going to get on off here. I appreciate it. Yeah, Red Dead's got fake HDR. I didn't vote for it because it's got fake HDR. So, but shout out to Rockstar. They delivered the game itself. People really, really like that game. So it may win it as well. Who knows? So, and if it does, it's subjective. It ain't the end of the world. So you guys take it easy. I'm going to get on off here. You all stay blessed. And remember, if you go out tonight, dress warm. Take it easy. Peace.